Welcome back to Scorecard here on Channel 1 TV. My two good friends are in the studio. Coach Christopher Nimley returns to the show. It's good to have you. You have your Man United jersey on, retro style this season jersey, I think, meaning that you are back fully, not just with both feet, but you are neck deep in the United agenda now. Dive head first. No, don't do that. You are wearing a jersey. You can't.
I
can't
am considering Amorim.
Yeah, I mean,
sick of him.
You know one thing I like about you? You always back the manager, and you never ever waver in your backing of the manager.
That's right.
As long as he's appointed, you will back him until the day the team says they don't want to work with him anymore. I like that. It's very admirable. Welcome. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful week.
Nice one. I like my good friend, Mr. Graham's Olympiacos retro.
Man.
Siemens Mobile is like,
Thank you.
Siemens Mobile gives me...
I don't even know if they still make phones. were they making phones or they were...
They were actually, so they were. And when I remember Siemens Mobile, I mean, it takes me back to when Real Madrid signed Ronaldo de Lima. That's the jersey, that's the sponsor they had on there.
This is Rivaldo on the back.
Imagine. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, guys, welcome to the show.
I wanted to talk about Amorim a bit. You know, his sporting side were 2-0 down at halftime against Braga. Away from home, you know, his last game. Looked like it was going to end badly. They ended up winning 4-2.
Yeah. It looks like his players have...
Alex Ferguson-like behavior.
Hey. Are you going somewhere with that comment?
No,
are we to read anything into that comment?
If you are a United fan, you hope you'll be the next Alex Ferguson.
Well,
nowadays coaches, they don't do 20.
I was just about to say that. So I mean, it will be the hope of every team to have a manager who will not just stay long, but connect with their fan base, connect with their community, and I think that's what made Jurgen Klopp such a special catch for Liverpool. Not only did he coach football on the pitch, he connected very well with the fans and indeed like the entire Liverpool community. Another guy who ironically did that is Rafa Benitez. He still keeps a house at Merseyside and all of that. So Everton fans didn't even want him when he came into the job. So guys, it's good to have you on the show. Let's get it on the road. Let's talk about some local football first, because Asante Kotoko have a little looming crisis on their hands. They've lost 3 games on the bounce, lost to Bechem United this weekend. Hearts of Folk have put together 2 straight wins. It was a win against Vision FC. So a flip of the coins. Just quick thoughts. I'm very curious about the Kotoko problem, especially because the head coach also doubles as a management member. Now, after losing 3 games on the bounce, all of a sudden, the conversations about is he suitable for this job long term have arisen. I mean, just touch on that for me briefly.
I think, look, as to Prof coaching the team, I don't think it is beyond him. He's very capable. Tactically, I think he's up to the task. But when he's got so much to do, so many things to do at the same time, then you want to think that where he should be focusing on, he will not be focusing on that. He will do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it's not about doing a little.
So it's about doing distracted?
Of course. I mean, we've sat here and we've said on several occasions that a team like Kotoko should have a proper setup. Proper.
Why do you think they don't have one? Because they are experienced enough. The Great King has seen management members and committees come and go. Why is he, adhering to this particular structure?
I just cannot explain. They will be the best. Maybe the Great King or Prof himself or all those people. Because you can't think far. Why would you think beyond that? Because at the end of the day, others are doing it. There's a proper organogram, proper structure in place to get people roles clearly defined. You cannot be saying trespassing. The next moment you are here, the next moment you are trespassing. At the end of the day, it will catch up with you. And once it does, it begins to affect certain things that it shouldn't affect.
And also it affects your authorities.
Exactly. And in the case of a football club, people may not notice it, but the moment the results start going in a way that it shouldn't go, then people begin to look at it and say, but why is it the same person here, there, and there? No, it cannot be done like that. So at the end of the day, is Prof actually focused solely
on coaching
the team,
or is he
managing the players, or he's doing other things? Per what we have seen, and for what you just said, he's not only coaching, but he's doing some other things. Come on, man. That cannot be the organogram for Kotoko. That has to change. At the end of the day, they started the season so well, but the moment they tasted their first defeat, they couldn't bounce back. The second one followed. They just again couldn't bounce back.
Now
this is the third defeat in a row. And I don't know, but they will have to find a better way of managing that club, or else it's going to go down, 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 and down. And you don't want that if you're a Kotoko.
Just quick thoughts on that, or you want to touch on Hearts of Oak?
Oh, and I mean, right now, the two teams on the same place in the table, 15 points each after 10 games. 5 points behind, I want to say, I can't remember who's on top of the table. But the leaders have 20 points, they have 15. At this early stage of the season, you think to yourself...
Gold Stars at top of the table.
Yes, Gold Stars, thank you. You think to yourself that, okay, we are 5 points behind the leaders. We should be able to catch up. There's a long season. So both clubs are in a good position in terms of the fact that where they are on the table in relation to the winner, because I believe they are 5th and 6th right now. In relation to the leader right now, they can catch up. But you are thinking to yourself, will Kotoko's form continue to slide, and will Hearts be able to keep up the consistency? Because like we said, Hearts are not a top half team as we currently speak. They've not performed as a top half team for 2-3 years. So you wonder whether they can keep up the consistency. And for Kotoko, you wonder whether this is a sign of bad things to come back. I mean, them being close to the leaders is a good sign. Look, whether we like it or not, them doing well is good for the Ghana Premier League because they are the biggest clubs. They generate interest. If Hearts are not doing well, Hearts fans don't want to watch Hearts of Oak play. True. So when they are doing well, it gives some energy. There's some energy around the league. So let's hope they can do better. I'm not saying it's their divine right to win, but they should be near the top, making it interesting.
Just a quick one on Hearts of Oak. Congratulations to them for winning 2 games in a row. But look, truth be told,
should we be congratulating them for that?
Truth be told, that's what I'm going to truth be told.
The standards have dropped.
Truth be told, our football standard has dropped.
I was just about to go on a long tirade right now.
It's so bad that when you watch football elsewhere, not even outside of Africa, if you watch the South African League, what has been done in Morocco, what has been done in
Tanzania,
even here in Nigeria, and you look at what we are doing and the sort of we're not football our teams are playing. Look at us, come on, man. We are so far behind,
and we don't seem to care.
We don't seem to care. We are so far behind that
it breaks
my
heart.
Look at this. Look, it's not going to get better.
I feel like you are even pitching our standards with the elite teams. Look at clubs like Côte d'Ivoire, clubs in Côte d'Ivoire. Niger lately are taking players from the Ghana Premier League and are paying them better than our biggest clubs are paying our players. Niger, if that doesn't ring an alarm bell in your head.
I look at the tempo and the intensity with which our games are played. I say, come on, man. These guys will not survive elsewhere.
Coach, let me just say something, right? Look,
very slow, no intensity.
But you know what's even worse about them being slow? There's not even technical ability.
That's what I'm saying.
Slow. If it's slow, at least you should pass well.
Let me tell you.
But they don't even do it well.
The pitches it would just not allow them to pass the ball well.
You guys are not. Look, we are like 50 years behind the other.
I'm telling you.
Let me tell you something, right? I've seen how people are growing their clubs. So, i.e., pitches should not be a problem at this point.
At all, it shouldn't be.
If we are talking about an elite league, all our clubs should play on. I don't care how small. I don't care how small your stadium is. I don't care how basic your ground is. The grass should be super smooth, should be level, should be standard dimensions to allow us to play. Secondly, teams or the FA should ensure that teams have standardized technical teams.
Exactly.
You know, numbers, a physio, a nutritionist, a scout, like all these things should be standardized. There's that. And then you can move on to, let's say, things like club infrastructure, like let's say a clubhouse. You can have what House of Oak does, a training ground. These things are standard.
And there should also be a minimum wage for the league.
In fact, that's one of the first things I should have probably said. For a professional league, that is what should happen. There shouldn't be a certain, wage where everybody's just doing what they want, because you cannot be paying players 600 cedis, 500 cedis, and even that, right? If it was coming consistently, there won't be a problem. A lot of teams can go into arrears for months. Not being able to pay those peanuts that they've assigned to those players. So that's problematic, because look, if you look at Asante Kotoko and Hearts of Oak, their contemporaries are Al Ali, Raja Club,
of course,
ASEC Mimosa, Orlando Pirates. Now, if you look at Al Ali, El Ahly is the pinnacle of success in African football.
Exactly.
Now, what do they have? They have a standard clubhouse. They have a women's team. They have a basketball team. They are so far ahead of us. I can't begin to wrap my head around it. And I'm saying that, look, Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko, like Susu is saying, the league is a lot more better when you guys are performing. But you guys need to stand up and be counted, because what you are doing currently, you are joking. You know, Hearts of Oak and Kotoko are the one team that can actually shake up the FA. They can actually tell the FA that what you are doing is not good, and we can stand up and look and force you to do the right thing. They are not doing it.
They applaud.
They are not doing it.
The launching or the auditioning of polytanks.
You
see them applauding that. And you have an FA that receives $2 million every year from CAF and FIFA combined. $2 million annually.
Admin is very expensive, so you have to.
What is expensive?
Admin is
Salaries.
Look, then the man tells us that he uses 80% of that money on salary.
And the admin.
Job for the boys. You don't know what they are doing at the FA. When you get there, some young guys.
You can't do much about it.
That's why I said the admin is expensive.
To be honest, you see, that's what I'm saying, that it's because our club structures or our clubs are weak. If our powerful clubs are strong enough, they will be able to stand up to the FA and tell them that this is not the direction you should be taking.
A communication director, somebody look at that department. Look at they are all doing the same.
It's crazy for me.
I just want to
it's just crazy for me.
Circle back all of this and just bring it to the Black Stars, because it's all related. Part of the reason our Black Stars are struggling is our local game is not strong.
It's so bad.
And part of why it's not good, it affects our underage teams especially.
Yeah.
And that's what's even affecting the Black Stars, because that progression from under 17
is no longer there.
It's not there, because a lot of our players, if they are good, it means that someone is going to come from Europe and take them away by the time they're 8. So they don't even play in the league anymore.
Yeah.
So they go and they are playing somewhere, becoming good. We are not seeing them, because if they are playing somewhere, it's also even difficult to be calling them for under 17 and under 18. If you are playing in some other country and things. So all of these come back.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of Ghanaians complain about how many foreign-born players we call. But this is the result of our weak local game.
Based on what we are doing, we have to call upon
them. Yeah, we have to call them.
Yeah.
Because someone there is doing good work.
Yeah.
The English FA, the Dutch FA, the French FA, they are doing good work.
And that's why
we are going there to collect the guys who they don't want to be, for lack of a better word.
That is a fact.
I don't want to disrespect them, but the truth is, if they could play for those national
they wouldn't up to
they
us.
likely would play for them.
Yep.
So all these things are related, and then we come and wonder why the Black Stars are not doing well. We've let the local game die for years and years, and this is the result.
You have the football president not doing anything whatsoever to market.
They tell you that it's a job of the club.
But the moment the Black Stars shows up, he's all over the place with his supporters, people drumming and clapping and following all over the place.
There'll be all kinds of speeches. Let me just say this, right? The FA, the clubs, start demanding the basic things. So ask for statistics on the league. That's all I'm saying. Just do the basic. So go to the Ghana Premier League website or the
I want to be discussing Hearts of Oak XG.
The FA website, right? Or I'm not even asking you for much. Give us goals, give us assists, give us distance covered, give us things like shots on target. We're asking you for the basic stats. We don't have basic stats on the Ghana Premier League. That's unimaginable. I can't even imagine. Not to think about a point where Hearts of Oak and Kotoko can boast of having fans who have season tickets and have like merchandise like to be sold in merchandise stores and whatnot. Hearts of Oak bought Sule Muntari, 2-time or multiple time,
and they couldn't market him.
I mean, Champions League winner, played for AC Milan, Inter Milan, and I don't see any Muntari replica years on. I mean, that's just crazy for me. But hey, let me get back to the Premier League and people who are marketing their stuff properly. Let's get into the Premier League, because it was a week of surprise.